All right, happy Monday, my friends. Today is Monday, June 5th, 2023. I am Lindsay Duff, and this is Responsible Day Trading. So I did take off last week. It was a holiday on Monday, so I just had a lot to do that day. And when Tuesday rolled around, it was just to dive right back into things. So here we are today. But last week was really exciting for me because we broke through an area I have been waiting to break through for months. So I guess we're going to see what's going to happen here. If it's going to keep going up or it's going to pull back and just push to the downside. But, you know, anything is a possibility, which is what is really, really great about this kind of thing. The good thing is the way that we trade, we always have opportunities. So we can keep our eyes open. We can pay attention. Just make sure we're always moving with the market, flowing with the market. All right, guys, so let's go ahead. First, we're going to check out the news. Then we're going to see what's happening currently in the market. Okay, so let's head on over to responsibledaytrading.com. Let's go to news. Then we can go over to market news. All right, so, we got a very light week this week. Monday, which is today, we have 15 minutes after market opens and then 30 minutes after market opens. So might be a little busy this morning once it starts moving. Tomorrow we have news at 11. So we got a little while after the market opens, so it's going to get moving. Remember, we open at 8:30 Central Time. So we got a little bit of time before that 11 o'clock hour hits. Wednesday, 9:30, so an hour after market opens, and Thursday, an hour before market opens, with nothing on Friday, so it might be a little quiet on Friday. Now remember, news is really going to be selective whether or not you decide to get out of the trade during that time, but you just want to pay attention, because if you're not comfortable or used to trading through news, you definitely want to sit out a few minutes before and a few minutes after. Okay, guys, so let's go ahead and check out this market. I'm excited to talk about it. All right, so what we see here, guys, we have been pushing down for months and months and months. You know, pretty much a year, just pushed straight to the downside. And then we started making these little bit of higher pivots. We were struggling to make new highs, so we did see what looked like a little bit of a wedge going on right in here. But now, one of the things that we talked about before was how these EMAs were starting to open up to the upside, and the way the price was pulling back here, MACDs were staying above the zero line. This was a very curious place for me right here, because I was wondering if this was going to roll off and push down. But everything was telling us, the way that the EMAs were opening up, everything was telling us that we had a good opportunity for this to push up. And man, look what's happening. And let me just pull this open a little bit more. We haven't exceeded this previous period, and we could possibly see these MACDs snap down. But what we're seeing right now is really, really awesome. We had this area of resistance that we had just been pounding up against so many times, and now we have pushed through it. So the last time we pushed through that area, we reached all the way up here. I really do anticipate reaching that area, if not exceeding it. Everything we see through the signals we're seeing so far tells us that we have the opportunity for that to happen. Now, as the day is starting off, we're starting off all the way up here near this close from Friday, and we've got just what is a little tiny bar starting to form. We may see this pull back a little bit towards the area and then push up, but it really looks like it's trying to make this move to the upside. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the 28,657, which is our next biggest chart, and see what it says. Now, here's where you might get a little bit of a feeling of conflict in what we're seeing in the MACDs and the price, because the MACDs are pushing down outside of the Bollinger Bands. But we know that's going to happen whenever we're looking for the price to pull back into areas that could give us a bounce to the upside. These MACDs just can't run forever and ever and ever above the zero line. They do eventually stop at a certain point, right? We can see here about 16 above the zero line is about its main area that it stops. And we can see that we have a nice move and trend to the upside here. So we're really going to have some anticipations of this to continue. We do have just a little bit of divergence that happened here at the tops of the pivots, but that will happen whenever we're expecting continuation in strong trending markets, because we need to see these MACDs pull back a little bit further towards the zero line to kind of give us room to run. So right now we do have this little bit of a pullback that happened here, but we see the strength set still down. We're starting to see a little bit of a slowdown in the strength in the MACDs, but they're still outside of the Bollinger Band. So I'm really going to expect these to have the potential to pull back a little bit further, maybe even pull us back towards this area of the EMA, of that small EMA on the 28,657. Now, if that happens, the small EMA should come up further and further. So we may see it pull back just right into this area, push off of it and continue up. We've got a lot of great opportunities for this to continue up. Just look at the strength of these EMAs to the upside. Even here, back here, we could see it pulled back in. It made a nice little W pivot, MACDs leading higher, EMAs never crossed over to the downside, gave us great opportunity to break through this area, and lo and behold, it pulls right back to it and continues to the upside. So with the MACDs being outside right now with a little bit of strength, they're starting to weaken a little, but the Bollinger Bands are wide and spread apart. I think it's going to take a little bit more momentum or a little bit more of some oomph to slow this down. But right now it's still trying to push to the downside. So as I said, we may see this pull down just a little bit more before it continues up. But we do have a lot of signals that this is going to continue up. I mean, the overall direction is to the upside pretty much on all the charts, the immediate, the overall, all that jazz. So let's come on over to our trading charts. So the 10,946, the 1597, the 233 are typically our trading charts. With the behavior the price has been having lately, you may consider having something like the 1597, 610, 233 in order to just kind of bring it down a notch and give you some smaller areas to pay attention to and not get so stuck in the bigger move like we're seeing here on the 10,946. But it's really going to be a personal preference. You may use the 4181 here, you may use the 610 here, but you can always move the 1597 over, bring in the 610 and have the 233. And let me just show you what that looks like. If I brought in the 610 here, and instead of the 1597 being in this spot, we're going to move it just right over here to where the 10946 is. And we're going to look at the 610. This kind of brings everything in just a little bit tighter to give us smaller areas to work with. And when these price bars are really making these long moves, and we can see it's just moving very, very slow and pulling back and pushing down and pulling back and pushing down, you may want to move that trading chart to just a little bit smaller portion to look at, okay? So that's really going to be a personal preference, but it's something that you could consider whenever you're thinking about moving these charts around, or if you're struggling with the way that the moves are happening. So you don't have to stick with this bigger scenario. I would suggest still sticking within the Fibonacci numbers and keeping them with a nice separation between them, meaning you don't want to just skip numbers in the Fibonacci sequence. So if you don't know what I mean by that, you might want to look up the Fibonacci sequence and understand what I mean by that just a little bit. Okay, so as I said here, the immediate and the overall is up on all these charts. It does look like on the 1597, it's attempting to shift the immediate to the downside with a little bit of divergence here, very, very weak EMAs. So we may see this pull back further, as we discussed just a while ago, maybe even back into the EMAs right here. But currently it is really set to still move up. If I'm looking at the 10946 and the MACDs here, this MACD is sitting at the zero line, so it could definitely roll off, push down a little bit more. So I wouldn't have any problem if it pulled back further, but I can also see the potential for it to push up from right in here. So as we saw this little bit of divergence and pushing down on the 1597, we're going to want to see these BBs push through here and push through the zero line if we're going to expect it to push to the downside before it moves up. The 233 is really sitting at an area that it could push up as well. It's sitting right at the EMAs. The MACDs are looking like they're trying to roll to the downside right now. So this is where I'm saying, I did say the immediate was up earlier, but The overall is definitely to the upside. The immediate is attempting to shift down with the divergence here, with the way that this behavior happened here, with the roll in the MACDs on the 233, with the potential for this to push through the bottom Bollinger Band here, sitting right at the 0 line here. So the immediate does look like it's attempting to shift to the downside, but the overall still up. So to shift the overall to the downside, what we're going to want to see is getting back below these EMAs, staying below the 0 line, and really having some conviction that this is going to push down. We may even want to see something like on the 28,657, getting back below these EMAs, getting back below this area. So we've definitely shifted this trend to the upside. So it's going to take a lot to move it to the downside when we have this overall trend really shifting to the upside. Not that it ever really moved to the downside lately, because we know on the daily chart, our trend has been to the upside since the end of March, basically. We shifted our direction to the upside. So it's really, really attempting to keep moving. I love it that it's doing this. And ooh, here we can see, look how it's trying really, really hard to still shift this immediate momentum to the downside with this little bit of an M pivot. MACD's leading down. We've got areas that could give us a bounce right in here. And then the next one is all the way back in here. Although we do have a little bit of an intermediate area right here, as we can see, with this area held up. But by that time, we should see this EMA pull up a little bit, maybe even reach that area. Okay, so long story short, the overall direction is up. The immediate is trying to shift to the downside. The immediate does rotate throughout time. So, the overall is what we're really paying attention to, but we can take moves to the downside in the immediate if we really expect it to have space to run. I would personally not take this move to the downside. I'd want to see it push past this area first. I want to see it push back past here and then take that move to the downside, because you're really, really too close into an area that could continue to push this market to the upside. All right, my friends, that is going to wrap it up. I'm doing this really early today, still in my PJs, so no judgment. I have yoga in just a few minutes. So I just wanted to knock this out this morning. I'm going to edit it right after, and then we'll get it going to you guys. I hope everybody has a wonderful week. If you have questions, definitely reach out to us. That's what we're here for. We do have a beginner guide if you're new to trading. We love working with traders from all levels. We have some of you guys who are brand new to trading, and some who have been at this for quite some time and just need a little bit of help and a little bit of push to see maybe how those MACDs work just a little bit better, using those white BBs, or understanding divergence a little bit more. That's what we're here for. We really like to watch you grow, and we're going to do everything we can to help you get there. That's going to be it. I hope everybody has an amazing week. And as always, you know that I look forward to catching you on the profitable side.